think about ISR and its training as being primarily a military tool. But this week, as UMS Skeldar launches a new ISR training partnership with 360 ISR to provide specialist operational support from concept of operations development to mission-specific training for ISR operators, sensor operators, and intelligence analysts, we learned that civil missions could actually overtake military demand over the next few years. David Willems, the Vice President of Business Development and Strategy for the joint venture between Saab and UMS AERO Group, UMS Skeldar, joins me now. David, tell me, what's the difference about this new partnership and the ISR, that's Intelligence, Surveillance, Reconnaissance Training?
I think the new main element with this partnership is that now we are finally able to provide an end-to-end training solution to the customers. We are a platform manufacturer, so it goes without say that we will provide training to know how to operate and maintain the platforms. But the end-to-end service must include how to better use the platform, how to make most of the usage of the platform, what you have to do to achieve an operation successfully. And the 360 ISR cooperation enables us to provide that extra bit of training that as a normal manufacturer we did not have before in our arsenal of training services.
So David, there is talk about the civil applications for UMS Skeldar and the fact that with this new training, we could actually see civil applications overtaking the military applications.
That's a very strong statement, and we see that happening in the future in the next 5, maybe 10 years, but it is definitely a trend that will happen. The military remains the bread and butter of a business like ours. But with the launch of the V150, our smaller brother to the V200, we have been inundated with requests from civilian applications, from the energy sector where we have the oil and gas companies in certain part of the world who want to use large size UAVs like the V150 to perform logistics, resupply from shore to offshore. And this is something that we did not even think about, you know. Why would you use a UAV to go to an offshore platform? Well, you don't put crew lives at risk when you fly. It's fairly cheaper than operating a manned airplane. You can fly in segregated airspace that are going to the platforms. That is all made possible for a fraction of the cost. But it goes without saying that you need to know how to operate the aircraft to do that in a safe manner so that you can perform this type of missions. Energy sector, we have also the medical sector who has been knocking at the door, and they would like to do also cargo logistics for medical in remote parts of the world where non-segregated airspace does not really matter because there's very few populated areas. Today, this would only be possible with planes that are again costly or helicopters that are again costly. So this increased demand for using our platforms for those deliveries prompted us to understand that the training program that we had in place had to be updated or tailored to the civilian use that we have been confronted with.
Let's talk about the military. You say, of course, that it's going to remain your core business with the V200 for some years. What is the importance of the unmanned ISR capability for fifth generation warfare?
Absolutely. And this is what this cooperation is all about. Collecting data is only as good as the platform that flies the right sensor to perform the mission. We are providing the platform, but we need to educate our end users on how to better use the platform and the associated sensors to collect the right data, to exploit it in real time, and to disseminate it to the right stakeholders so that they can perform the right decision. This is what the fifth generation warfare is about as far as we're concerned.
So David, why is it that we need this new training partnership to do this? Surely the world was already training people to do the ISR and using your platform and other platforms effectively.
So yes and no, Alan, to be honest with you. Yes, from the perspective that we were training, the world was training operators, even sensor operators, on how to rotate the camera, how to fly in a way, etc. But what we are providing now with 360 ISR is more an operational training, basically, for a specific mission than a customer would have, which is something that UMS was not really equipped to do before. We are really able to immerse our team within the crew of the customers to help them, to assist them to design the right concept of operation to perform the mission that they have. And one must say that apart from maybe the US military, who are quite experienced, a lot of defense forces across the world like the toys, like the technology, and use only 20 to 30% of it. We try to fill the gap so that they can use 90 to 100% of the technology that they have acquired finally.